noticed that when a plane takes off, it takes a fair bit of energy to get it going? The condo market has been like that.
Moving forward with the Decker team. Moving forward together with the Decker team.
I'm Yetta Decker.
And I'm Candace Decker St. Louis.
We are still incredibly excited that you're here with us today, and we welcome you to another episode of The Inside Track, where really we explore and talk about and really ponder those tools, thoughts, and techniques that we all deserve, that we all need, so that we can live a life that we're pretty excited about, and where we actually make or grow, I guess. I don't know if it's make, grow, build wealth through real estate and make our house home.
Yeah.
And so today we're going to explore a little bit the energy and the effort that it takes to get something going, the preparation, what's required to actually go from standing still to the condo market and really explore what it's done over the last little while. So we'll explore where it's been, how it's launched, and how it's taken off, and really look at what that means coming down the road and what that means for you. Does it mean it's a good time to get into the condo market? So prices, Candace.
Yeah. So prices are up right now for condo markets, 6.2% on average in the last 12 months over the previous 12 months.
So if we're looking at now at sort of April, because we have to go back a little bit. I know you're hearing this a little bit later than April 2019, and you may even be hearing this later because you're watching it on replay on our YouTube channel or the Decker Team website. So April 2019 over 2018 April for the year previous, we're up 6.2% on average, and that's across all types of condos.
All types of condo in the Ottawa market.
And that's above the average of 4 or 5% that we typically see in real estate as a whole in the Ottawa market, including non-condo.
Right.
So usually condos a fair bit less.
Yes.
And it has been.
It has been previous years to this one, yes.
So this is like an exciting time. Mm-hmm. So what does that mean in actual number of sales?
So sales were 4,255 at a sale price of $282,500, and days on market were 62 compared to previous 12 months ago, 3,945 sales with an average of 265,900. So that's a little bit less, and 90 days on market. So that's also 30 days longer last year versus this year.
Right. So really what we're seeing is the number that sold is up by 300 units or thereabout.
Yes.
The amount of money is up by, well, depending on the average price range, at about $18,000 on the average property. And it's taking approximately 30 days less.
Yes.
Across all platforms. So that's incredible, actually. Mm-hmm. Right? So the volume is up basically 8%, because I find it easier to go with round numbers. We would say our stats show us 7.92%, and we'll go with an average 8%, with an average over the last 12 months. That's pretty incredible to see the volume up basically 8%.
Yeah, I remember showing some condos a couple years ago, and it wasn't uncommon to see houses for sale for 200, 300, 500 days even. I've shown some of those. And now that's not really heard of this year.
That's true, isn't it? So when we're talking averages, Candace, when we say 90 days on market, you bring up a great point. Sometimes they were 500 days on market, because some of the really amazing ones still sold quickly.
Yes. Yeah.
Right? Even in a lesser market, even without a market that hadn't launched.
Yeah, and that wasn't 12 months ago. That was a couple years ago when the market for condos was hit hard. Yeah.
Right. And part of that was there was an abundance of builder inventory because they anticipated it to go quicker and better than it did. And that actually put a fair bit of pressure on the resale condo market as well.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so the third thing that's happened, or the third part of the equation, because demand's part of it, right? And then supply's the other part.
Yes.
So in 4 years, what's happened? Because 4 years is just a kind of a great, because you made, like you said, it wasn't last year that you would be seeing a lot of 500 days on market, 300 days on market, which means like the better part of a year and a half, 2 years, 6 months. Like, can you imagine having your house for sale, knowing you want to sell it, and then maybe requiring to wait a year and a half?
Yeah, that's a long time. And then having to deal with showings, and if it's tenant occupied, that tenant dealing with showings and maybe frustrated and wanting to leave because they don't want to show the house anymore.
Yeah, because what we even saw was tenants shifting,
Yeah.
changing who was in the house while it was on the market.
Or even vacant. Yeah.
We saw more vacant, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
We're seeing a lot less vacant. So in just 4 years, that's a really great number to look at. What has happened?
So 4 years ago, we had 2,200 units for sale, plus a huge amount of builder inventory, which you had mentioned a little bit. And now in April, this April, we only had 780 units for sale. So that's a decrease of almost 65%.
Right. So like from 2,200 to like 800, if we're going round numbers, which is yet a style, just to get an understanding of it. So 65% less available at the end of April, as opposed to at the end of April 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And also, 4 years ago, as I said, there were 2,200 for sale. And in April, there was 250 sales. So that was about 8.8 months worth of inventory.
So
on the
basically
market.
9 months.
Yeah.
9 months of inventory of condominium homes of all descriptions on the market.
Yes.
Whew,
Yeah.
that's a lot.
That is a lot. And then this year, we've had 780, as I said, for sale. 435 of them sold. And so that's only 1.5 months worth of inventory. That's not a lot.
That's not a lot. So if you're thinking, hey, I'm a condominium seller or I'm a condominium buyer, this means something to you.
Yes.
So it's not just the stats. We share the stats because of how they translate into the experience of selling a condominium or buying a condominium. So there's very specific things you want to do to be prepared. And if you're sort of thinking, well, I don't know what those are, we do.
Yeah.
As
Give
you
us
say,
a call.
We do this every day.
Yeah.
So if you're thinking, I want just even a 15-minute consultation, just a moment so I can understand it for myself. Bring the stats that you just talked about to me. And what does it mean to me? Because I'm either thinking of buying one or I'm thinking of selling one. And how does that translate? Is this the right time for you to enter the market or maybe exit the market? And so Candace would be thrilled. I would be thrilled. Ryan, Ken, Leah, all of the team member would be thrilled just to have a conversation with you to explore what is the right next step for you.
Moving forward with the Decker team. Moving forward.